So what did I learn? I learned that taking Spanish, lots and lots of Spanish, is key, and having fun. So I took lots of Spanish in school and online, so that helped me be prepared to, navigate using my Spanish. But I felt like I really could have used some more Spanish lessons before going there. Like watching more Spanish movies, listening to more Spanish music. And I need to make friends with someone who speaks Spanish, someone from Mexico or something, or Latin America. But yeah, I need to improve on my fluency when speaking Spanish. What was the most important part of my Costa Rican experience? I would say making new friends. That was the most important part. And I didn't really go there to make friends. I didn't know I'd be meeting all sorts of awesome people. So I was delighted to be like, whoa, like y'all are awesome. So that was cool. And yeah, definitely the best time going to my combo tour because I made a friend in class. Also just touring around, Manuel Antonio with my TEFL classmates. That was a lot of fun. So yeah. What turned out differently during my trip? I would say definitely the length of stay, because I was only supposed to go for 2 weeks and I extended it to about 3 months. And then I went to Rivas, Nicaragua for 2 months. So, yeah. If I could have, if I had the money to, I could have just stayed there for like a year or two. No problem at all. I would have just sat in my room in Rivas and just been like, it's pretty, and then go to the beach, because Rivas is pretty, and going to the beach was a lot of fun, hanging out the soda, hanging out Maxi Pali. So yeah, I did not expect to go for more than 2 weeks and then I went to like some whole other country, but the whole thing was because of the fact that I had to go on a border run. So when my coworker was going on her border run, I went. And it was a few weeks before I absolutely needed to go. And so I went with her. And because I went with her, it was like kind of a lot more fun than it should have been, because a border run, you should just go to the place and then come back. But I made some friends while I was there. And so because of that, I went to visit my friend before I wanted to go home, because my money had run out and it was time for me to go home. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to go to Rivas for like 2 weeks. I'll have a 2-week vacation. Okay, so I went to Rivas, and then 2 weeks came, and I was like, I don't want to go home because I was having a lot of fun. And so I ended up staying for 2 months. And but yeah, these things happen. My trip extensions happen because I'm having fun and I've made friends, and I don't want to go because I don't want to leave my friends. And I'm going to be able to go see a whole new city, and it's the best thing ever, because when else am I going to be able to do this? I'm probably just going to be stuck in Red Bluff forever for like the rest of my life. Or in California, United States, maybe I can go to another trip to Costa Rica to see turtles and then be like, I can't come home yet. But most likely, I'm just probably going to end up getting stuck here. So yeah. So, when you're like having fun in a country, it's definitely cool to try to stay there because you're already there. And if you can afford to, it's like, why wouldn't you, instead of flying back and then getting home and then going, I'm so sad, I don't want to be here, I want to go back, because that's what would have happened. I would have gotten back here after 2 weeks and I would have been like, I'm sad, I want to go back. And then that's what I would have sounded like. I'm sad, I want to go back. And then I would have had to fly back and then get there and then be like, it's not the same. I want to go back to. So, like, so I would have just been like, yeah. So I just thought, I'd stay. When you're having like the best time in, Latin America, it's the hardest thing to go home, I have to tell you. So if y'all are going to travel, make sure to plan to stay for at least a month. That way you don't end up missing your flight home, because that's what I did. I booked a flight back home through IVHQ, and it's this like travel company that books flights. And then I was extending my stay because of TEFL, and then so I rebooked my flight. I changed the flight again, and I had to pay a fee for changing the flight to the end of TEFL. But once TEFL ended, I needed to rebook the flight again to be, the date that I was coming home. But I got a job, and I didn't know when I would be going home. So I just let the flight go, because if I had to rebook it, then it would have cost me, I think, $75 again. So I would have ended up spending $200 almost booking my flight over and over again, rebooking it, I mean. That way, I could extend my stay, and I figured, why not just let that go and just pay for my flight home once I figured out when that was. And at that point, I was like, probably never. So I was like, I'll just miss my flight. Bye. And what were the most difficult parts of my travel? I would have to say getting around was hard. I wouldn't have gotten to all of the places I needed to have gone. I needed to go to were it not for Uber. So Uber really, really saved me and my whole experience there. My, like going to Fundación Mujer, I had a hard time walking to Fundación Mujer at first. After a while, I figured it out. So Uber was a good option. Getting back to my homestay and then later hotel, Uber was the best option. And then later on, once I became comfortable, and then also I really had no other options, I took the bus. And that was like the best, because it didn't cost that much. But it was really hard because it took forever. And then, the other difficult part about my travel was leaving Latin America. I didn't write about that, but yeah, leaving Latin America is the hardest thing ever. I don't know why. I just get so stuck in my like little world that I don't want to leave it. Like I didn't want to leave San Jose. I had a routine. I had my friends, and then I had like, the places I wanted to go to eat, the grocery stores, the shopping at Multiplaza. Not really shopping, the browsing at Multiplaza and eating some snacks at Multiplaza while looking at the windows going, I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one. So, yeah, that was really hard to leave. How is my volunteer experience shaping my future? Well, because I really love teaching in San Jose, and I really love TEFL and Manuel Antonio. I would like to go back there to, at least stay there for a few months in San Jose. Maybe Manuel Antonio if I can get a job teaching there, but I don't think I can. So the only thing that would really bring me back to Manuel Antonio would be the turtles. The turtle program, which is like a Maximo Novel volunteer thing, and you can help with hatching turtles. So I'd like to do that. But first, I want to do an internship with IVHQ watching dolphin footages, because I love dolphins. There's just something calming about them, and I think that, I had such a great experience with my English teaching program, and that's allowing me to create a lot of tutorials about how to do like the volunteer thing, how to do your TEFL, how to live in San Jose, how to live in Manuel Antonio type content on here. And so I think another like volunteer type thing, but this one is internship, would be really cool. And this is a Greece one, and it's actually online, so I'm not gonna be spending a lot of money going to Greece and living there. Although if I could afford to, that would be the best thing ever, to go to Greece, work with dolphins like in person. I actually have not gone swimming with dolphins, but I've seen dolphins and they're just the cutest things. Like, I really, 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 really love dogs, but dolphins are like the dogs of the sea. Like, they just look kind of like dogs to me, with like their forehead going like that, and they're just so cute. And there's something about their sound that I really like, the clicky noises that's like, and it's just really, really calming. Like, some people really love butterflies. I have a friend who like sees a butterfly and he's like, actually I have two friends who really love butterflies. They're both guys, and I'm like, why do you guys like butterflies? But yeah, butterflies are cool. It's just that I don't like butterflies as much, but they are really pretty. But yeah, I'm always like, butterflies, yes, so pretty. But he's always like, butterflies, and I'm like, but that's what I'm like with dolphins. I'm like, there's a dolphin. Oh my gosh, there's a dolphin. I want to see the dolphin. Let me see the dolphin. Let me get close to it. I want to take a picture. So yeah, that is how my volunteer experience is shaping my future. You know, it's gonna probably come up with a new job for me, doing TEFL online first, and then probably abroad. Hopefully Latin America, but it could be Thailand. I might be ready for that. And then another volunteer experience with turtles, and then possible internship with dolphins. And, you know, things like that really, really do help me have a brighter future. Because even though, like, I went to school for visual media, and then my media design one, which is kind of like a graphic design. So really, you know, my background is graphic design, and that's because I was I went to school for photo, but my roommate was graphic design, and I was like, I really like your major, and I like the fact that you could do it at home and like not have to like go to the photo cage, get a big camera, get a photo studio, set up everything, set up your lighting, get your model, or set up your little still life. And then like that to me was just the hardest thing ever. And then I would have had to go to New York City to get a job in that field, and I could not have survived New York City by myself. I didn't have the money for it. And so, you know, graphic design was that thing that I could have just done at home. But I've actually never really worked that much in graphic design. I did some stuff in college. I did portrait photography once I graduated, but I haven't really used my major. I worked at the Apple store, and I guess, you know, the tutorials for graphic design major really helped with using my computer to, you know, figure out how to use iLife and iWork, and then I was able to teach that, and, you know, just kind of skate by kind of a little at the Apple store for about 2 years. So, but yeah, having something new for the future, like teaching English, is key. And then, you know, my 2 volunteer programs that I'd like to do, well, 1 volunteer and 1 internship, that's also key. And I think it will allow me to have a better outlook, a brighter outlook, and not spend all my time shopping. Because even though I don't actually buy a lot of things, I really, really love to shop. I don't know why. Just kidding. Well, it's not just the shopping, it's like the fashion and like the browsing on Instagram, browsing on like the fashion sites. I don't know, I started when I was in middle school, going to the mall and shopping, and then college years, it got worse. High school, I guess, is when it got like really like got bad, and then college years, it got worse. And then once I graduated, I worked in the malls. So I worked in 1 mall. I don't think I worked at Marketplace ever. Oh no, I did work at Marketplace at one point. But yeah, it was fun doing all of that. And I got a lot of discounts. So that's the key thing. But you know, I just gravitate towards fashion, and not only is it the shopping, it's actually the designing clothes. I like to sit there and just design clothes. I really love to draw clothes. I like to watch fashion shows, and I really like to browse like the Marquesa site, Christian Louboutin site, like things that I can't afford. And that really helps out with, you know, like having something fun and healthy to do, where I'm, you know, learning how to design basically. So eventually I'll probably put that to use. But, you know, I feel like I'm always really focused on material things, which is great because, you know, as a girl, like that's a natural thing to just really focus on fashion and fashion design and the way you look and the way other people look. Because, you know, you learn that in magazines, in movies, on TV, in school, you know, everyone's wearing their cool clothes. The makeup too, you know, I really love to wear makeup, but I don't as much anymore because it's so hot. So yeah, the accessories, the jewelry, like all of that, I feel like, you know, I focus a lot on that. But with the volunteer trip, like that's helped me focus more on, you know, the making friends side, the helping other side. And, you know, so not only do I want to help other people by teaching them English, but I'd like to help turtles and dolphins as well. So it's more on that caring type side, which is pretty new to me because, you know, I love my dog and I walk my dog, I feed my dog sometimes, but I've never really been that like really like focused on someone else or something else kind of a person. I guess I babysat my little brother, but yeah, so this is my first like kind of like going outside of myself and like how cool I look, how pretty I look, and that kind of like a mindset to how can I give back kind of a mindset. And to others that comes naturally because they have a large family and they have a lot of relatives. But I moved to America when I was 10, and so my relatives, you know, stayed in the Philippines. And I think that's like a big thing in my development of only me. And I grew up as an only child too until I was around 12. So, you know, the thinking of like animals, and, you know, my students is a new thing. So this is a really cool experience. This was a really cool experience for me because then I was able to kind of think outside of myself. And, you know, for a long time it was like, think outside of the box. What does that mean? Like, it was like a graphic design thing too. That was the other thing. It's like I focused too much on like taking photos of pretty things, editing them, posting them. Making art, I did a lot of making art type stuff. Painting to music, I don't know, just all sorts of stuff. You know, going out to eat, lots of, I spent a lot of time going out to eat. That was like my end all be all. Where can I go to eat now? And it was always, I'd like to go to the Thai restaurant. The same Thai restaurant I always go to, which is King and I want to order calamari and basil squid, and that's it. But like that was like my favorite thing to do. Now it's like maybe I should save up some money for another volunteer trip, or maybe I should save up money for the online internship, you know, with the dolphins. And then now I'm learning about dolphins because I do want to help the dolphins. I have adopted a dolphin before for a present to, I think, my mom, but I kept the toy. I don't remember. But anyway, I spent some money online adopting a dolphin, and you could track the dolphin and stuff. I found where I got that before, I think. Or I found another Adopt a Dolphin site, and I think it's really cool. I would like to mention that, which is, it is the World Wildlife Foundation type thing with the panda logo. I don't remember what it's called. So worldwildlife.org. And it's Adopt a Dolphin. Bottlenose dolphins inhabit tropical and temperate oceans throughout the world. They live in groups numbering about a dozen individuals and learn at an early age the complex socialization skills that will prepare them for future survival. Surviving on fish, dolphins work cooperatively to herd and corral their prey to the surface for easier feeding. Dolphins are susceptible to toxins, pollution, and entanglement in fishing gear. So yes, I hope to do one of these dolphin adoptions soon. That way I am helping a dolphin out. That is it for my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.